Morning, everybody. We stayed at a little rest stop, no, turn off on our way up the Columbia River. Columbia River? Yeah, it's a Columbia River. On our way to Washington, and turned out well. It's a beautiful forest. We're in the National Forest right now, and as you can hear when the trucks go by, which there hasn't been tons of them, when they go by it's a little noisy, but last night it was quiet for the most part, and yeah, right now there's a lot of trucks going by. It's not so peaceful anymore. Oh, and there's a little Mumu. Mumu, why is your ear flipped over? Mumu already came over to say her morning hellos. She does it every morning. It's so cute. So it is beautiful here, the forest. We went back there and Terry showed us lingonberry? No. What were they? Huckleberries, I think. I don't think I've ever seen a huckleberry in person. I've seen the jam, things like that, candy maybe. But it was new to me, and they didn't have a lot of flavor, but they were good. Kind of little sweet and tart. And then these were just surrounded here. All of these are blackberries here, and they are ripe here. Which a lot of places we've been, it's probably too cold for them to ripen yet. But here we're inland, and it's probably been a little warmer. And now the sun's coming out. It's been rained on a good part of the morning so far. So it's nice here, other than, the road over there. And the other problem is the garbage. It's a constant, issue. People don't have a whole lot of respect for the National Forest. So there is garbage, and Terry and I, we often pick up garbage when we get to a spot like this, especially if it's, the National Forest or someplace they allow you to stay for free. And just, giving back. But this garbage, a lot of it is just stuff I'm not willing to touch. I'm not going to go into details of what it is. You can use your imaginations or not. So today we will be heading towards Washington. We're not too far away, and yeah, it's been nice here in Oregon. As I've said, I love this state. It's definitely in my top 3 favorite places, just the entire state of Oregon. And I love it, and I'll be back soon, probably, I hope. And yeah, so on to Washington, which is another really beautiful state with lots to offer. Hopefully it'll be kind to us. And we made it to Washington. Woo! That's a long journey from Illinois to Washington. Feels good, but it's raining. So stereotypical. This long view looks very industrial. Look at all the lumber. First things I see when I get into Washington, storm clouds and Starbucks. I'm making dinner at a rest stop in Washington. Gotta do it somewhere. So what am I eating? I have onion and celery in here with some red chili flakes. Not necessary if you don't want it. And I'm going to cook up some wild-caught Argentinian red shrimp, raw and extra large. Oh, they're from the Antarctic. Yum. They claim that they're succulent, buttery lobster taste and texture. Well, we'll see. And then I'm going to serve it with a whole bunch of cilantro on top. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to throw some kale in there also, because I have a whole bunch of kale that I need to use up. Haven't decided yet. We'll see what happens. I like to play it by ear. So when you're buying shrimp, you always want to look for wild caught. I've heard some really disgusting things about farm raised, well, all seafood, but definitely about shrimp. They're better for you. They're not that much more expensive typically, just a little bit more expensive, and better for the environment, for the earth. Yeah, so if you can, buy wild caught shrimp and salmon and everything else that comes from the ocean or the rivers or the lakes. So I don't want to cook this all the way through, the onions and the celery, because I'm going to add the shrimp to it, and the shrimp need time to cook because they are raw. But I do want to give the onions and the celery a good head start, because shrimp cook very quickly. Just a matter of a few minutes. And obviously onions and celery, especially when they're cut in larger pieces like this, they're going to take a little longer to cook. So these are actually almost cooked, and I don't like celery to be mushy by any means, so I'm probably going to throw in the shrimp pretty soon here. I turned the heat down to low. It was on like medium, but I'm going to cover it and let it do its thing, steam away a little bit. So I did end up putting some kale in. Like I said, I have to use it up. I bought a quite large bag of it, and just a little extra nutrition and maybe a little pizzazz. But kale has got a strong flavor, so I don't want to overwhelm the dish. So just a little bit. So I realized I had a few cremini mushrooms left, so I just sliced them up, and those are going to go in there too. Don't like to waste food. I'm going to add a little extra flavor to the dish with some coconut aminos. I know those of you who watched me know that I love these. I get them from Thrive Market, which is an online grocery store. You can also get them at places like Safeway. I don't think Walmart has them yet, but health food stores and so on. And, you know, maybe even your regular local grocery store would have them. They're becoming quite popular. You could also use soy aminos, or what they call Bragg's liquid aminos. Those work too. I'm making a mess. I spilled the aminos all over the lid of the pan. Sometimes it's challenging to cook one-handed with a camera in your other hand. So the coconut aminos will add a little bit of sodium to the dish. I haven't added any other salt to the dish yet, but I'm going to put in a little bit of Himalayan pink salt. Zoom. Focus. Yeah, Himalayan salt. It's pink. Not a ton. But I think it probably will need it. I'll add a little bit more when I put the shrimp in. This is just about ready for the shrimp. I probably should have put the mushrooms in a little sooner, because I like the mushrooms a little more well done than they are right now. But that's okay. They'll still be good. So here are the shrimp. They're beautiful. but they came, I bought them frozen, so there's quite a bit of water in there. You really shouldn't defrost frozen things in the bag like this, because then they just sit in water. You should probably defrost them in a colander or something like that. So I'm going to drain the water out first and hopefully not make a big mess. Those are some beautiful shrimp. And they do kind of look lobster-like. Beautiful color. Smell good. I'm burning this stuff in my pan right now. That's not good. I did turn down the heat, but still very hot. So you only want to cook these for just a few minutes. You're going to see the texture change. They're going to become more translucent, a little pinker, and then they're done. So here we go. I told you I was going to top it with a bunch of fresh cilantro. And then I also realized I had green onions, so I chopped up some of those too. But we got the beautiful shrimp, and we have celery and the cremini mushrooms, and yeah, what else did I put in there? Oh, there's a little bit of kale, which you can't see. It kind of disappeared. There's a little piece over there. An onion. And yeah, delicious. So if you have a lime or a lemon, I would squeeze it right over the top. But I don't, because I live in a van and, you know, that's how it goes. So I'm just going to put a little bit of apple cider vinegar. It's just the acidity of the citrus or the vinegar. It really just helps the dish come alive. It, you know, lightens up the richness of the shrimp and everything, and yeah, delicious. So I'm gonna eat this up and watch a little Hulu and go to bed. So I wasn't planning on filming that, but I figured might as well. The meal wasn't really planned either, just threw it together, and hope you enjoyed it. So, bon appetit.